Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Tuesday, January 11th, 2022, day 2003 on the road, and we're in San Diego preparing to go north. What happens when you get sick? It's a good question and is by far the most frequently asked. First, we call our doctor and schedule a telemedicine visit. If the decision is made to seek urgent care, we know where to go. Illness and injury is never a planned event, so as we enter a town, we note the location of the closest emergency clinic and veterinarian, and then touch wood. Our prescriptions from an online pharmacy with 90-day refills are received by our iPostal One snail mail service, which forwards them to us. If something is going on, like a sore throat or a Pico is acting strange, we may research the local facilities and read reviews. We do not take unnecessary risks, but we will drive further for better services, preferably to a hospital with all the bells and whistles. When illness or injury strikes, our rig is like a mobile medical unit. A Navy corpsman, our son, stocks our first aid kit. Our doc ensures that we have sufficient meds on board to see us through most crises, and there's always a compress in the freezer. When Jim injured his foot in Colorado, we made him comfortable in the Beast and transported him 200 miles to Moab. I dropped him off in the parking lot of Moab Regional Hospital Urgent Care. When he was safely inside, I parked on a comfy stretch of curb where I made myself a pot of coffee and took Pico on a long walk while Jim texted me the moment-to-moment details of his exam, scans, and treatment. 2 hours later, we were in a comfortable campsite in Dead Horse. We know what it's like to be sick on vacation. And being sick in beauty is not at all similar to lying sick or injured in a strange bed in a random hotel without the creature comforts. In Hawaii, back in 1999, during the good old 2-week vacation days, I injured my knee while hiking. Then, later that day, I cut my finger to the bone while trimming the stem of a bird of paradise with a cheap condo knife. And after a very good plastic surgeon stitched my finger back on, the trip was all about a lawn chair under a palm tree. A year later, in Yosemite, Jim broke his foot on the first day of our family camping trip. Not to be outdone, the next year I came down with the mother of all flus on day 1 of our family vacation in New York City. There is no good place to get sick, but some places are better than others. If I ever break my leg, I would want to recover in a sunny mountain retreat like Big Bend or Mammoth, or the Canadian Rockies, a place where I can lounge beside a stream and explore the distances with my binoculars. If I break an arm, I'll take a shady spot on the lakeshore of Dreher Island, South Carolina, or Fish Creek Pond in New York, where we can walk for miles and miles along the shoreline. Anything more serious would require the healing touch of nature surrounding my doorstep, with a top-notch medical facility nearby. Someplace like Ouray, Colorado, Acadia, Maine, Gulf Shores, Alabama, Port Townsend, Washington, Lake Tahoe, California, or Door County, Wisconsin. In late August, guided by our followers who faithfully tell us where to go, we pulled out of Christmas and headed south to Wisconsin. That day, we ended a good run of 2 years without viral exposure. Somewhere along this rural route, Jim picked up the local back-to-school kinder cold. Oblivious to the sniffles, hacking, and coughing to come, I presciently remarked, "Hey, this place reminds me of Lake of the Woods, Oregon." In that peaceful Sky Lakes retreat in South Central Oregon in 2016, we encountered deer, fox, squirrel, songbirds, and a nagging cold which plagued us for at least 2 weeks, our first ailment since living in Beauty. So our cold symptoms set in the next morning. Relieved that our COVID rapid tests were negative, we could still predict that kayaking, cycling, and hiking were out of the question. Here in gorgeous Door County, we would spend at least a week in isolation, our schedule consumed with hot salt water gargles, steaming cups of ginger tea, miso soup, honey lemon toddies, and then early to bed. As our bodies slowed down, we caught up on reading and correspondence. On good nights, we watched the Great British Baking Show and played Five Crowns. In our unwell condition, the state park would not do. Our site was dry with no generator hours and too much shade to recharge our batteries. We needed unlimited water, plenty of power, and better connectivity. So after a couple of days, we moved about a mile down the hill to Fish Creek Campground to resume our course of remedies and isolation. The family-owned campground is located in an old apple orchard, and it was harvest time. The enchantment of ripened fruit within arm's reach of our doorstep was one of those forever camping moments of grace. In myth and folklore, from the Garden of Hesperides to Arthurian legend, an apple tree laden with fruit is a herald of transition, progress, and endurance. A good omen, hearkening values that are as American as frontier religion and hard cider. Our needs met, we relaxed in the arms of Mother Earth. Within a week, our strength returned well enough to venture out on short strolls in the rural countryside. We missed a treasure trove of activity, but we recovered well enough to go out to breakfast and stroll through charming villages and visit local shrines and sacred wells and experience our first fish boil and take in a sunset or two. No trip should ever be about what didn't happen, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. And illness can wake you up into a new beginning, a fresh start. If fate allows, we hope to return to mythically beautiful Door County and the breathtaking scenery of the Driftless region. But even if we never go back, we will always remember the apples, a testimony to the warm hospitality and healing touch of Door County, Wisconsin. Thank you for joining us at Living in Beauty. If you like this post and want to be notified when a new one is released, please enter your email address and click the follow button at the bottom of this page. For more info, check out our travel maps and facts. Okay, that's it for now. Safe and happy travels. Until next time.